It's January 19, 2026. Richmond Generals 18U going up against the Chester County Cougars in a championship game. We're just getting on the ice. Going to get started here. I don't know, we'll be picking up the pucks in 3 minutes. We'll get started in 4 or 5 minutes. All right, the Generals break their huddle, and so we're going to get ready to get started. It is January 19, 2026. Richmond Generals up against the Chester County Cougars. This is a rematch to the Saturday night game where they tied 3-3. In that game, Generals came out to a 3-1 lead and then gave up 2 goals in the final 5 minutes of the third period, resulting in the tie. So I expect this to be a really good competition. Generals the number 1 seed. The Cougars the number 2 seed. Cougars won during the regular round robin, won 1 game, tied 2. They tied us as well as the Valley Forge Colonials. They're running a big bench. They've got about 18 people, so last time I think we ran out of gas. So I think a couple things going for the Gens. 1, this is a championship game, so this is for all the marbles. 2, they've had a good night's sleep, so they were on a second game. Both teams were on a second game, but our guys running a short bench. Ran out of gas in that game, so I think they're fired up a little bit. They're carrying it forward, so we're getting ready to get our face-off here. The boys are getting going. Boys are buzzing. Bobby Stewart to take the face-off. And we're off. Bobby Stewart leaves it for Tapscott. Tapscott chips it forward and it makes its way down to the Cougar goalie. Ooh, Krug taking a hit up in the face high. One of the things that we think is going to be important to this game is around what happens with penalties and what the refs are calling. We've had a lot of variety in that today or this weekend. So the Cougars are a little bit more physical than the Generals. We'll see how that plays out with penalties. Generals just have to stay out of the box. See what kind of game unfolds. Stewart staying on the ice to take the face off. Wow. All right. So the Cougar face-off guy's ejected, moved. Krug takes a quick shot, and that one quickly covered by the Cougar goalie. He opts not for the whistle and pushes it off to the wall, sent back in by Strode. Cougars picking it up in the corner. Good pressure. Stewart with a big shot. That looks like it went off a shoulder pad or something. Generals trying to settle it down. Cougars are going to come away from it and move down through neutral ice. They drop it in back behind the Generals' goal, picked up by Jeanette. Jeanette working up the wall. Ooh, a leg hit. No call on that. So Jeanette gets taken out of the play. We saw several leg hits early in the game last time and didn't get a call, and we get one right here in front of the referee and no call as they stick out their leg, and Jeanette gets one to the thigh. Play continues, and without the defenseman, Cougars get on the board early. I think refs talking to the Generals bench, wondering why that's not called. We'll see how that ramps up. Generals in a hole early. A lot of hockey left. DeJello's going to send this one down. It's on goal. Cougars goalie sends that one into the corner. Comes back. Jello going to try to chip that forward. Hopefully Jeanette can shake that off. A lot of times that's just like a little Charlie horse. Cougars send that one down to the corner. Jello picking that one up. Getting it up, trying to feed it up to Peterson. Going through a lot of traffic. Heil trying to work through it. That's coming all the way through. Quick shot. Another shot deflected off into the wall. Lucas Monroe, by the way, is the goalie between the pipes. Both goalies have been doing a fantastic job. Shot, that one goes off of a Cougar player, and it goes wide into the corner. Cougars getting a line change back behind the play. Switching out the D, loose in front, in the crease, kicked out. Somebody's got to sweep it away. Cougars come away with it. Another shot, blocker save, still in the crease. General's able to just chip it, and it gets down the ice. This will probably be an icing call, but the Generals will get a chance to change out the legs and get new players on the ice. 12:04 left in the first period, and Generals in a hole down 1-0. Bobby Stewart out to take the face-off. He's matched up with Kimmer, and Jeanette's back on the ice. And Kimmer, a little bump. Lugo's on the ice. He's got the puck now. He goes across the blue line. Stewart calling for it, but through a lot of traffic. Puck goes back behind the goal. Stewart's trying to get it. Puck's on the back of the net. It's bouncing. Goalie's got the pipe covered. Stewart's still trying to get body position. Jeanette stepping up, trying to chip it and centering it. Cougars scooping it up and chipping it. Going to go long distance on this, and this will be icing. We'll go back down the other end of the ice. 11:30 left in the first period. Generals trail 1-0. Tapscott coming to take the face-off. Covington to the left. Krug to the right. Krug kind of hops a little bit. Got to pull back. Puck's dropped. Cougars come away with it. They're going to take it out of the zone. Good body play there by Jeanette. Tapscott going into the corner. Tied up. Wrestling match in the corner. Goes down. Covington, got to be careful. Tapscott with a little chip up there to Krug. Krug's got 2 to beat. Cougars show good speed. Coming down. Chipped into the corner by the goalie. Krug getting hugged into the corner. Puck comes free behind. Tapscott trying to get there. He's got it. He sends it back into the scrum with Krug. Covington trying to work the puck now. Sends it back into the corner for Krug. Krug's going to chip it out to the blue line to Jeanette. He's trying to go around the forward. Ooh, he gets a stick. That'll be a high stick. Monroe's going to the bench for the extra attacker. Go tries for the deflection for Tapscott, and the touch up on the Cougars will get the whistle. And we'll get the first power play of the game. Stick it up high and got caught. Jeanette up underneath the face mask. So at 10:46 left in the first period, Generals go on the first power play. Stewart's out there with Covington and Krug. Jello and Moore, your 2 defensemen. Covington holding the puck, trying to find some space, gets a shot, goes off of a shin guard. Cougar player goes down behind the play. He'll have to walk that off. He's going to go to the bench. Generals trying to get it back in the zone. That player makes a play on it. And the Generals and the Cougars clear it. Their bench likes that as their player makes his way to the bench. Bobby Stewart picking that one up, circling at the red line. 1 minute left on the power play. Bobby Stewart gets double teamed in the corner. Heil coming in on the ice and almost gets that one. Trying to sneak it through. Covington sends it back to Heil behind the goal. Heil's got it, trying to do the short side wrap in, trying to force it through the pads. Doesn't find it, comes back out to the point. Moore with a shot. He takes that off. Another block there by the Cougars. Covington on the puck, still hanging on. Puts it over to Stewart. Stewart got a little bit of time. Going to send it over to Jello. Jello with a shot. That's deflected by the Cougars. Goes over. 30 seconds left in the power play. That one's going to go across the ice over to Jello again. He's going to dump that in. Sends it to Covington, and the Cougars send it around hard. Held in by Moore in front of the Cougar bench. That one ramped up. It's up and over. Oh, it was up in the air, and they got a good bounce on that. And the Cougars sent it down the ice. 14 seconds left in the power play. Picked up by Moore. Pressure from the Cougars. So we don't get it out of the zone. Cougars coming in. Shot. Luckily, that one's wide. Cougars is going to run that one all the way around to the red line. Penalty is up. We're back to 5-on-5. Cougars setting that one over. Strode trying to meet him in the corner. Shot all the way across, coming around hard. Held at the blue line by the Cougars. Sent back in. Deflected off of a Jello. Picked up by Peterson. He loses it. Gonna hopefully hustle up. And Lugo gets taken down. That'll be a tripping call or a hook. They're gonna call the hook on that. So Generals will go back in the power play. 8:52 left in the first period. So early penalties going the way of the Generals. But they're still in the hole. They're trailing 1-0. Stewart back out to take the face-off. Tapscott to the left. Krug to the right. Jeanette and Schroeder on. Schroeder's going to tee this one up. Sends it over to Jeanette. Cougars, that's Tapscott's down on the ice. I think got hit from behind. And the Cougars send that one down to Lucas Monroe. He just sticks that one. Cougar comes with fast pressure on the icings. Jeanette trying to find some space. Feeds that one up to Krug at the blue line. Gonna have to do some work here to get it through the neutral zone. Finds Tapscott. Sends it across, trying to find Stewart. Covington feeds it to Stewart. He gets a little backhand just wide of the net. Not much on that. And we get a whistle as the goalie pins it against the net and takes the call. Takes the delay. 8:16 left in the first period. 55 seconds left in the power play. Gonna put in Covington and have Tapscott line up to the left of Stewart. Stewart sends that one over to Krug. Stewart goes back to Strode. Strode, long distance. Deflection by the Cougars, wide of the net. Krug is on the puck. He's in the corner. Sends it around for trying to get Covington. Oh, wow, big hit there by Krug. Puts a guy down. Covington's down behind the play. Oh, that one's just wide of the net. Rebound comes out. Krug with a nice little move with the stick. 28 seconds left in the power play. Monroe sets that up for Strode to pick up the puck. He circles around, going to feed it to Krug. Krug around one. Sends that up to Covington. Covington's got a stretch. Still out of the zone. Strode going to send that deep. He's going to go to the bench. Cougars have it behind the net. 9 seconds left in the power play. They're going to feed this up shorthanded. Moore's going to hustle back and pick this one up in the corner. Sends it around just out of reach of Peterson. Comes back to Jeanette. Jeanette tries to feed it to Peterson. Heil's got it. He's across the blue line. Trying. Heil muscled off, but he's still skating. Takes it into the corner. Everyone's looking for the puck. Cougars are bringing it back the other way. Goes off of a skate and stays in the forward zone. Cougars getting to it in the corner. 6:55 left in the first period. Generals trail 1-0. Over to Covington. He pokes it, gets it over to the zone. Feeds it to Heil. He doesn't have enough gas to get that one. He's going to pick it up off the wall. Little bump into the wall. Goes over to Peterson. He sends it to Heil, and he sends it through the crease and far and wide. Moore sends that back in. Cougars again with a block. Covington going to the bench. Chip going down into the corner. Jello's going to pick it up. 6:25 remaining in the first period. Picked up by Tapscott. He's going to send it off the glass. Kimmer trying to reach for that one. Can't get it. Peterson. Oh, they're looking for a tripping call. Shot. Not much on that. Peterson's up, and he's got... Tapscott's got it. Over to Jeanette. No tripping call on that. Deflected by Kimmer, and it goes up into the netting. We'll get a face-off. Should be outside the zone, but I think maybe it did touch a Cougar? I don't know. I thought it went off Kimmer's stick. .5:58 left in the first period. Stewart out to take the face-off. Tapscott to his left. Looks like it might be Lugo to his right. Jeanette and Strode, the 2D. Stewart over against the wall. Strode backing up. Comes over to the near side. Jeanette trying to play it off the wall. Cougars win that. Come into the goal. Save there by Monroe. Cougar player down in the crease. Got to clear him, and they get it in. I think the Cougars took that off of Lucas's right shoulder. So 5:35 left in the first period. Generals are now down 2-0. The Gens jumped out in the last game against them. The Cougars fought back. We're going to have to see the Generals dig deep, find some energy, and get something in the back of the net. Let's go, Gens! Heil taking the face-off. Krug to his left. Covington to his right. Comes back. Krug trying to get it. Right now, it's the Cougars who are hustling and getting down ice quickly and putting pressure on the Generals in their zone. Centering pass. No icing because this was a pass from the Cougars back to the point. Krug is chasing down in the corner. It's going to come all the way around. Heil's trying to get over to the wall. He doesn't get there. Jello working it at the blue line. Comes over. Covington's got it. He feeds it to Krug. Krug's got Heil ahead of him. Cougars pick up the pass. Jello working it on the wall. Heil with a poke there. Cougars are going to get it in the zone. Jello's going to knock it down. Krug trying to feed it to Heil. Doesn't get there. Shot. Deflected. Bouncing in the air. Oh, they wave off the goal. I think they're going to call high stick. The puck was bouncing in the air and was about shoulder height when a Cougar got the stick on it. Ref was right there to make the call. Gens get lucky on that one. A little bit lower or not as observant ref, and that's a goal. 4:45 left in the first period. Generals trailing 2-0. Championship game here for the Congressional Classic up in Northern Virginia. This is the 5th game for both of these teams this weekend. A lot of hockey. Still teams playing for the Richmond Generals. Oh, wow, big hit by Jeanette, drops a guy. Puck's under their feet. Peterson's coming away with it. Peterson playing it up ice. Late hit on Peterson into the Cougar bench. Peterson over on the glass this time. Another late hit hitting Jeanette. Like they're not even playing the puck. They're just coming in to hit kids. No calls from these refs. They're just letting these 18-year-olds play, and the puck has disappeared. Not sure where the puck went. It might have gone into the bench. 4:11 left in the first period. Tapscott coming out to take the face-off. I'm sorry, that's Stewart taking the face-off. Kimmer to the left. Peterson to the right. Coach Stewart mixing up lines already. I know we've got an odd number. Mixing up some lines, trying to get some magic to happen. Kimmer taking that face-off. Pulled back to Strode. Another late hit. The refs are letting the kids finish the checks. Generals got to start playing this game. Peterson battling in the corner. Generals are losing the physicality game. It's not generally how the Generals generally play. We got to pick it up a bit. Cougars trying with a shot. They're attacking here. Puck's bouncing. Comes back to the point. Cougars winding up. That's deflected high up into the glass. Comes back down. Strode's going to get it up out of the zone. Kimmer going to chase it. Comes back. Cross to the near side by the Cougars. They're bringing it down. Gets past Jeanette. Comes to Moore. Moore's going to send it up the side. Gets just out of reach of Lugo. Gen seem to be thinking defense right now and trying to figure out how they put together a coordinated offense. Jeanette just chips this one. Gives them some space, and Jeanette's going to the bench. Some big hits out there. I bet some of these kids have got some aches already. Just got to shake those off at this point. Generals delayed offsides are going to clear the zone. 3 minutes now remaining in the first period. That one, Covington's trying to get it. Gets it up, trying to feed it to Lugo. Everyone's trying to touch it. Can't get a good pass, and the Cougars bring it back to the neutral zone. They're going to call a hand pass. Face-off will be in front of the Cougar bench. 2:53 remaining in the first period. Tapscott taking the face-off. Covington to the left. Lugo to the right. Sends it back to Moore. Moore's going to send this deep and around the boards. Covington's headed in to try to get this puck. Cougars do a good job getting it off the boards. Comes back to Moore. Moore sends it up to Lugo. Lugo's on the right-hand side, just out of reach of Covington. Goalie just puts it into the corner, and the Cougars send it around the boards. Jello gets rid of the puck, gets an elbow to the chest. Cougars trying to wrap it around, sends it out, doesn't get there. Peterson trying to come pick it up. Cougars get it back in their defensive zone, send it up to the red line. Krug's trying to pick up the physicality here. Get these guys fired up and make something happen. Again, they're running a deeper bench than we are. Jello finishes ahead and puts 2 guys on the ice. So we got to be doing, making them keep their heads up. If they don't think they're going to get hit, they're going to play different hockey. Trying to get over to Peterson. Comes back to Heil off the wall. Heil's going to send it around the boards. It's going to be Peterson down against the walls. Coming back to Strode. Strode winding up, deflected, and bouncing just wide of the net. Cougars getting to the wall. Oh, Krug with a big hit. Luckily, the guy just turned, so that's not a hit in the back. Those can be easily called a 2 and 10, but right now it doesn't seem like they're calling anything. It's a championship game. They're 18. Woo, good deflection there. Good save there by Monroe. Gets that one just wide of the net. 1:20 left in the first period. Generals still trailing 2-0. Heil trying to get it off the wall. Not sure where that puck was going. They get it out of the zone. They're offsides. Cougars clear the zone, coming back in hard. Strode just misses a hit and a player goes down. Jeanette skating it all the way down. Goings it all the way through. Oh, good follow-up there by Tapscott. Good save by the goalie. Stroder trying to lay out. Do what he can. He's on the ice. Kimmer getting back. Stewart hustling. And Monroe makes the stick save. Jeanette takes a hit. Comes back. Stewart just missing a hit. puck comes back to Agello. 25 seconds left in the first period. Trying to send it up. Kimmer's there against the wall in front of the scorer's box. Comes back out. Agello sending it up. Referees are giving kids warnings to just break it up off the wall. Getting a little chippy. Cougars touch that one up and send it down. Should be icing. And with 6.7 seconds left, we'll go back down the other end of the ice for a face-off. Looks like we're going to get it to the right of the Cougars goalie. Heil in to take the face-off, coming to the left, Lugo to the right. Agello and Moore, the two defensemen. 6.7 on the clock. Heil wins the face-off, brings it back to Covington. Cougars able to get it, and this looks like they're just going to pin it against the wall. And we get our buzzer. So that's the end of one. Generals trail 2-0. So what's working for the Generals is the staying out of the box. No penalty kills. It is as physical a game as we expected. Not really getting any calls from the refs on this. Not totally unexpected. It's playing a little bit more to the Cougars game than the Generals, so we'll just have to kind of bear this out. Running a short bench, so the hits matter a little bit more, so we just got to keep hitting back. I think we've got to settle in with the physicality and try to find some good passes and get back on the offense. All right, we got 14 minutes on the clock. Team's making the long shift change. Gonna go out for the second period. Generals trail 2-0. I'm not sure if the shot's on goal all right. They're saying 5 for the Cougars. 4 for the Cougars, 5 for the Gens. Heil coming out to take the face-off. Lugo to his right. Covington to his left. Cougars taking that puck around. Yesterday, Generals got a couple good early goals in the second period. We'll see if we can kind of get something here and claw one back. Coming back to Heil, he's going to try to feed it up. Covington trying to get there. Lugo was trying to close on that too. Then we get it to Lugo. He's just trying to get it on a stick. Heil holding into the zone. He feeds it to Covington. Covington with a shot. Looking for the glove side high. The goal! Wow. Puck came in. Goal was off the mounts because a Cougar went into the net. Been interesting if that puck had ended up in the net. It was before the whistle. Generally, if the defensive team takes the goal off the net, they allow play to continue for a little bit to see if there's any momentum. All right, Peterson taking the face-off. Tapscott to the left. Krug to the right. Strode and Jeanette, your two defensemen. Comes back. Generals Krug's got the puck. He needs somebody in front. Everybody's covered. They're going to bring it back, trying to feed it back to the point. Cougar got a good stick on it. These guys get their sticks in the passing lanes. Cougar's trying to chip it up, going to come back to Strode, and he misses on it. Now he's got to hustle back. These Cougars are fast, coming down. Not a good shot. Strode able to send it up the wall. It rides the rail a bit, back around to the far side. Cougar's going to meet it. Generals were kind of just looking at the puck. I think we finally get it out of the zone. Tapscott trying to chip it forward. Tapscott's on it, trying to look for the pass. Krug's got to get a stick free from the defenseman. Cougar player on the ice. Cougar's trying to hit the breakout point, and they're just going to send it hard. Good pickup off the wall. Fast little player. He's getting around the D. Little shot. Goes wide of the net. And goal comes off the mount on the Generals' end of the ice.
Good job, Gens!
12:30 left in the second period. Generals trail 2-0. These teams tied 3-3 on Saturday night, with the Generals going ahead 3-1, and then the Cougars clawing back. So we'll see here again if the Generals can do the same thing back to the Cougars. Cougars trying to play it off the wall, send it back, and we got Stewart and Kimmer going into the corner. Puck comes around. Agello on the deep. Agello sends it in, and it goes ramping off the goalie stick and into the netting. I'll give that out a big shout. Let's go, Gens! Let's get fired up, guys! Stewart taking the face off. Kimmer to the right. Covington to the left.
Let's go, Gens!
Comes back to Agello. He feeds it to Moore. Moore's putting it in. Ooh, Kimmer taking a little bit of an elbow. Puts a guy into the wall. Comes back to Moore, trying to get a deflection. Stewart! Oh! Stewart settled that puck fast and took a quick flick, shooting for the upper corner, and the goalie flashes the leather and picks it out of the air. It was a good shot for the Gens. Good save by the goalie. That should have been in. Great move. Stewart coming back out to get the face-off. 12 minutes even left in the second period. Lugo and Heil, the other two forwards. Lugo sends it back to Moore. Moore sends it to Stewart. He's trying to feed it in. It's a bouncing puck. Blocker away. Ooh, I thought Heil was going to get a little swat at that. It goes back behind the net. Stewart trying to feed it off the wall, and it comes out to the Cougars. Heil might get a back check there. They feed it up. They're going to send it back to the red line to Stewart. Stewart hacking away. Cougars are going to send that in back behind the Generals' goal. Going to be picked up by Moore. Trying to get it off the wall to Stewart. Cougars hold it at the blue line. Moore going back down to the corner. Sidesteps a hip bunch. That goes through the crease. Good tie up there by Agello. Agello quickly over to the wall. Sends it out, and it's going to go the distance. And they're going to say they missed that, so it's no icing. 11:18 left in the second period. Generals attacking. Shot a guy getting behind the D, and they're going to have an icing call on this one, and we'll go back down to our right. 11:09 remaining in the second period. Generals trail 2-0. Peterson taking the face-off. Tapscott to the left. Lugo to the right. I'm sorry, Krug to the right. Strode and Jeanette, your two defensemen. That one goes to Tapscott. He takes a shot. He puts it off the back of a player. Cougars trying to get out of the zone. They're on the hustle with a 2-on-1. Generals trying to get back. Shot off the blocker. Good save there by Monroe. Trying to get it back the other direction quickly. And it comes back. Someone's got to get to the puck. Cougars on that first. They're trying to center it. It goes off of a boot. Generals are leaving it for the Cougars to just take a shot. Krug trying to work it off the wall and try to get it going there. Krug leaves it on the wall. Cougars on it quickly. Comes back to Krug. He's trying to center it up. Leaves it for the Cougars. They take a shot. Good save there by Monroe. Comes around. Tapscott trying to just gonna ice this one and get the whistle. Break up the momentum and get new people on the ice. Whew. I don't know, Gens, second period kind of lull here. Just not moving their feet, not going to the puck right now. 10:22 left in the second period. Pucks are sitting on the ice, and the Gens are waiting for the Cougars to pick it up and take a shot. Cougars pull that back down against the wall. Across the ice. Jeanette getting to the puck. Trying to chip it up, trying to feed it up, out to the red line. Cougars are going to settle it. They were hoping to kind of get it to Covington. Back around, Stroder on the puck. Sends it around to Jeanette. He's getting pummeled. He does this pass, gets it over to Covington. No icing as he's on it quickly. He's down to the goal line, trying to find help. He's got Heil in front. Cougars are able to wrestle the puck away. Stroder throws an elbow, misses the puck. Now we're thinking about hits and we're not thinking about hockey. Trying to chip it up to Covington. Cougars able to turn it around. Comes back to Strode. Strode sends that over to Jello. Heil touches it at the red line. Cougars under Heil's legs. Cougars now across the blue line. Cougars with a shot. Monroe kind of let that go above his head. The Jello bumping guys on the wall. The Jello trying to dig it out and feed it up. Can't get it to Heil. Just out of his reach. Heil blocks that one. Cougars pull that back to the defensive zone. Comes back out. Covington's going to send that deep. He's looking at the bench. Heil's going to the bench. Oh, Covington stayed on there. Heil's over the wall. Cougars at the blue line. Getting deep. Trying to look for a rebound or something. Generals get it around the wall. Stewart's looking for the puck. It got stuck at the ref. Cougars send it in, bouncing. Covington's going to try to feed it to Stewart. Nope, he goes behind to Lugo. Stewart's still in front. Lugo's taking time, and he drops the puck, thinking about the hit. Puck bounces and goes wide. Comes up to the near wall. Cougars on the puck, get it out of the zone. Trying to get behind the D again. Jeanette with a big body there. Takes the guy off his feet. Comes back out to Stewart, and he leaves it for a little more so that Stewart can get turned around. Stewart, weak feed up there, trying to find Lugo. I'm not Lugo. Gosh darn it. Crude. They're 14 and 15. I don't know if that's what's making me mess up the numbers. Stewart doesn't carry the puck forward and leaves it. Oh, he leaves it for Lugo as Stewart goes to the bench. Just under 8 minutes to go. Moore takes it across the blue line. He takes a shot. Blocker save there by the Cougars. Goes around. Oh, action picking up here. Generals trying to get a pass between the defensive legs. Cougars now bringing it down into the Generals' end of the ice. They're attacking. Good pass. Can't connect. Cougars take it around, pass it to the low slot, pass it down into the corner. Cougars doing a good job moving the puck right now as we're down to 7:30. They bring it back to the point. Generals trying to get set up. That's off the right pad of Monroe. Cougars centering pass comes back to the point. Send it around again. Jeanette trying to chip it up the wall. Cougars wide this time, goes back behind the goal. Cougars on the puck. Cougars centering. Peterson has it. He chips it up to the wall. Krug trying to chase. 7 minutes to play in the second period. That one goes off of Peterson. He's able to knock it down and keep it in the zone. Comes over the blue line. Generals are clear. Heil's on the puck. He's got a good opportunity. Oh! The goalie throws a right shoulder at it. Kind of only gets half the puck on it, and it just misses. Oh, we got a penalty coming up on the Gens. In front of the Generals bench, and Heil sends that one in late. Ooh. So Tapscott, I don't know, the hit went on behind the bench, so Tapscott's been ejected for the hit in front of the Generals bench, way away from the puck. So the Generals are going to fight off a 5-minute major, I think.
What was it for?
He hit him right in the head.
Oh, did he? I didn't see it. I just saw him get it up.
No, the call's good. I'm curious to see what on the call. It's legit.
Oh, I agree.
He was behind the bench. He was in front of him and just hit him right in the head. Yeah. No, it's 13.
Kimmer looks like he's going into the box to serve the penalty. 6:40 left in the second period. Generals in a hole, trailing 2-0. Ooh, so not a major. We're going to get a double minor. The referee's talking to the Generals bench. I think what they're trying to, my guess is, and again, I'm not over there listening to the conversation, but just to throw something out here, is that I think there's been a lot of hits, a lot of high hits. And so I think they're saying it's a good call, but there's nothing been called similar to that earlier by either team. So it's like odd that not only is it a penalty, but the guy's ejected. So I think they're totally fair. Like, you want to call a penalty, that's fine, but ejecting the kid is a little extreme given the physicality that they've allowed to exist so far in the game. So Generals on double minor, killing off 4 minutes. And it should be, why is it 4, not 3? I got it. So it is a major. It's a 4-minute major, not a double minor. That's me on the forgetting that we're playing 130 penalties. I know I saw the 5-minute hand for the ref go out. So we got a major penalty, playing down 4 minutes. Means that the difference between a major and a minor penalty is that if the team scores, you don't get your player back. You can keep scoring. You will stay on the power play for the full 4 minutes. So Cougars controlling the puck, circling around, trying to find a lane. Good poke there by the Generals. Gets it out of the zone. 3:20 left in the penalty kill. But we have 11 on the bench. We're now down to about 10 with Tapscott sitting out. Stroder with a body up against the wall. Send it around. Back behind the Generals' goal. Agelo's going to send it hard, held in by the Cougars in front of their bench. 3 minutes now on the penalty, just out of reach of Covington. He should be able to get to, he can't get to it. Just a step behind. Good job by the Cougars getting to that puck, or Covington clears that deep. Covington with a good stick lift, and then chip in by the Cougars for a goal. So 2:50 off the major penalty. Cougars go up 3-0. Generals will stay 1 man down.
Hey, Jens, just play hockey.
Let's go, Jens!
Just play your game. Have fun.
2:50 left on the power play, on the penalty kill. Peterson coming out to take the face-off. I think coaches just told Gaddis to go warm up. When we've only got one game in a day, they often split it, so we'll get a swap out of the goalies, I suspect, either for the third period. But give both goalies a chance to play. Cougars controlling. I think they're going to have make sure that Lucas can finish out this penalty kill here. He's got the brain game going on. Don't want to put in a fresh goalie in a tough situation. Peterson with a block there. Cougars bring it across the ice, circling, takes a shot through traffic, loose in front. Moore gets that over to the wall. Moore's going to try to settle this down and get it deep, and he does. 2:21 left in the penalty kill. Peterson chasing, he's on the puck. Sends it around, goes through the crease. Good pressure there. Cougars bringing it down. We're down to 2 minutes. Jeanette on the puck. He's got to just send it deep. Loses it on the wall. Cougars keep it in the zone. Good poke there. Peterson's going to send that one deep. Nice slow puck. Goes down into the corner. 4:30 left in the period. 1:50 left in the penalty kill. Generals trailing 3-0. Cougars send that one across. Getting it deep. Moore bodying up. Sends a guy back behind the goal. Down into the corner. Cougars circling, shot high over the net, goes all the way around. Good job settling, and the Cougars send it back around the goal. Generals got 1:30 left in the penalty kill. Moore gets that one and sends that deep into the corner. Goalie comes out of the box to settle it down. Cougars quickly picking that up. Krug giving pressure here. Good speed. Cougars take a shot. That one's under Monroe's legs. And there's a late, that should be a slash on the goalie. He clearly had it. I'm not sure I heard the whistle, but they went by and hit the goalie's pads. So on that whistle, we're going to get Gaddis. Good job, Lucas! So with 1:11 left in the penalty kill, Lucas is going to the bench. We're going to have Cam Gaddis getting into the pipes. Jack Heil taking the face-off. Krug to his right. Agello to the left. So Generals, I think, skating 10 now. I think they have 11 now. Puck is loose in front, goes wide of the net. No, they do have 10. I was counting 5 on the ice, but now on 5 on the ice, there's only 4 on the ice. Good poke there. Heil's going to send that one deep. He sends it on goal. Goalie's got to play it. 48 seconds left in the penalty kill. We've got Repko and Bickmeyer out with injuries. So short bench to begin with, and Tapscott's in the locker room on a major penalty. and an ejection. So Covington sends that one deep, puts it into the corner. Just tough when you're out, man, 2-1 on a physical game. Puck comes up to the near side, but the Generals are going to bring the fight. They've got a lot of hockey left. But the whole third period, we've got 3 minutes to go in the second period here. We got 14 seconds left and killing off the major penalty. Good swat there by Schroeder to send that one in the corner. Gets free. Schroeder trying to get to it. That one gets all the way through. Stewart's in a foot race. Stewart's trying to get there first and trying to get position. Good play there by the Cougar defenseman to get good body position on Stewart. Penalty is out. We're back to 5-on-5. 2:30 left in the second period. Generals trail 3-0. Comes back to Schroeder. He lines up trying to get the wrister. It's bouncing in the air. Good save there by the goalie. And they scoot it to the goalie, and he covers for the whistle. 2:16 left in the second period.
Good job, Jens.
They're saying shots on goal are even 9-9. I'm not sure that's accurate. Peterson taking the face-off. Lugo to the right. Heil to the left. Cougars send that one all the way across. Jeanette trying to get back for the puck. Jeanette circling. Jeanette sends that over. Too much for past Heil. Heil trying to settle it again. It's going to come back to Jeanette back up under the goal line. They're saying offside, so Cougars have to clear. Gives Jeanette a chance to skate this one out. Ooh. Another hit up high. Jeanette's going to go to the bench. This kid's got to make sure they have their heads up here. Comes back out, gets past Moore. Hustling back. Cougars not challenging hard. Agello on the puck. Sends it around. 1:30 left. Heil knocked down to the ice. Lugo's got the puck. He's got to get the motor going. He gets that over to Peterson. Peterson with a shot. Goalie gets it off to his right. Picked up by Cougars. Good shot by the Gens. Jello chipping that down. Lugo going to try to turn. Centering pass. And Heil buries it. Woo! So Generals claw one back. 3-1 with a goal by Heil with 1:09 left in the second period. Generals showing some energy and some fight to get back into this. Got to get them back one at a time. Remember, the end of the second period, it was 3-1 Generals leading last game, and the Cougars clawed it back. Generals repeating perhaps the same pattern. Jeanette coming back on the ice with Strode as defenseman. Stewart taking that face-off. Cougars getting the puck. That one goes into Strode. Shakes that off. Cougars with a shot. Left pad save there by Gaddis. Gets it over the wall. Crew gets bumped into the wall. Kimmer sending that down. Quickly passed back over to the blue line. Sent in. Gaddis pushes that into the corner. Not sure that was a shot on goal. Cougars trying to work it back behind the goal. Getting into it in the corner. Nobody's in front. Cougars draw it back to the point and send it wide. Krug takes a bump. Send it over to Kimmer. Kimmer's on his feet. The puck was at his feet. Krug trying to pick it up. Knocked down by Jeanette. 18 seconds on the period. Sending it. Good pass to Stewart. He sends it in deep. Goalie gets a cover. It's loose. Oh! We could see that puck. That was a fast whistle. Daniel Kim getting into a bit of a scrum there. That was a quick whistle. We could see the puck outside the goalie's glove. That was fast. 11.6 seconds left on the clock. Lugo going to stay on the ice. Stewart taking the face-off. Covington to the left. Comes back to Covington. He takes a shot under the feet. Lugo able to kind of get it out of the scrum. Cougars are going to cover it. They got 5 seconds, and they're just going to chip it up to neutral ice. That's a high stick. And the puck will go all the way down. High stick is inconsequential, just makes the puck poison there. Team can't touch it. So at the end of 2, we've got 3-1 game. That was an even period. Both teams scoring 1 goal. Generals losing Caden Tapscott due to a major penalty. So skating 10. 14 minutes left to play. Generals clawing 1 back on a Heil goal with the assist from Alexi Lugo. Got a goalie switch, and we got Cam Gaddis between the nets. So we'll finish up these next 14 minutes and see if the Generals can get one more and get one early and make a good game of this. Love it. I can see one of the younger sisters, one of the players, running water bottles and getting them filled up between periods. Helps the goalies out, helps the players out, keeps them hydrated. These guys are going to have to push hard. Long weekend of hockey. Final period of 5 games. Skating against a team with almost twice as many players. So going to have to dig deep and get some good passing. Generals are still bringing the offense. Got to capitalize on the Cougar mistakes. So we got Peterson coming in to take the face-off. Heil to the left, Lugo to the right. Comes back. Cougars going to chase it back within their zone. Heil giving chase, trying to hold it on the wall. Peterson gets it to his foot, trying to feed it up to Heil, and the Cougars come away with it. They're going to feed it up in front of their bench. Cougars, good pass to the near side. Agello coming over. Yeah, I could see the Cougar player losing the puck as he was thinking about getting hit. That's what we got to get them thinking as we can hit back. Heil turning on the puck, bringing it up through neutral zone. Gets the stick lift from behind, and the Cougars are going to get the puck. Peterson tries a kick there. It's bouncing on the ground. Peterson's going to come back and pick it up. He sends it over. Not a good pass. It's a good idea if somebody was coming to the center of the ice, but kind of missed on that. Comes up to Heil in the breakout spot. He's trying to feed it up to Peterson. Cougars able to kind of keep it in play. Moore just sending that up, touched up by the Cougars. They bring it back to their own blue line. General's getting a full line change. They got a Cougar at the blue line. He's going to send it into Gaddis, who just easily puts it into the wall. Jeanette's going to send it around. It gets stuck in the corner. Doesn't make its way to Krug. Schroeder trying to clear it up. Finds it. Jeanette bumps into Krug. Sends it over to Covington, who goes over to the far side to Stewart. And the Cougars are going back the other way with numbers. It's a 3-on-2. Generals are going to have to hustle back to help. Not a good pass, and it's able to be picked up by Krug as he gets it up the blue line to Stewart, trying to push hard the other direction. Stewart running into traffic, and he puts that into a Cougar. Glove down by Jeanette, who's trying to settle it, and it's going to come out of the zone. Generals will have to clear. 12:15 left. Jeanette's going to bring it across the blue line, runs into traffic, and gets hammered down to the ice. Schroeder going to send that in on the offsides. Generals clear the blue line. 12 minutes to play in the third period. Krug trying to use his body to hold that puck down. Cougars come away with it, bring it into the zone. Going deep, good pass, or good shot, short side. Gaddis has it with the pad. Stewart's going to feed that up to Krug. He's got Covington to his right. He gets it across. These Cougars have good sticks, and they knock it down and keep it back in play. Agello with a little bump into the wall, gets enough space, gets the puck up to Covington. Covington up the wall, finds Lugo. Lugo going to change direction a little bit. Gets some space, tries to feed it to Moore. Moore is the only guy up across the blue line right now. Heil now giving chase back behind the goal. Generals complete their line change. Lugo's working his way through a lot of lumber over there. Moore drops a guy on the ice in front of the Cougars bench. 11:11 left to play in the game. Generals trailing 3-1. Kimmer pressed up against the wall. Lugo hit from behind, and they're going to call it. Should be a 2-10.
Let's go, Jens. Good hockey.
So Gens are going to go on a power play here. Refs are talking. We'll see if they call it. But it was very clear it was in the back. That's a 2-10. Come on, ref. That's a clear call. And they're going to call that. I mean, it's a good call, but let's not make this a 2-10.
This stops. It's just a 2-minute.
So we got Krug going into the box. So we're going to be playing some 4-on-4. I get the difference that theirs was in middle ice and ours was into the wall. Refs have dug themselves in a hole now that hits from behind are 2-minute penalties, or 1:30 is what we're playing here. So we're 4-on-4. We're 10:56 left in the third period. Generals trailing 3-1. We'll see how the empty ice works for the Generals. Stroder trying to send it across off of a Cougar stick.
Smarter passes.
Jeanette trying to work this up the ice. Skate this all the way down. Trying to hook it in, and he gets taken down. That's a trip. So we got penalties galore right now as we're trying to get through the third period. So it's going to be a trip. I think we're going to go... Do we go 4-on-3? All right, so we'll go 4-on-3. At least the refs now are calling the obvious stuff. All right, so we got 2 in the box for the Cougars, 1 in the box for the Generals, 4-on-3 for 102. So we got about a minute of 4-on-3. Stewart taking the faceoff. He's out there with Covington and Stroder. We got 2 defensemen, 2 forwards out there. Comes over to Jeanette. Jeanette back to Covington. Oh, just out of reach of Stewart. Back to Covington. Stroder playing like a forward position right now. We got Krug in the box. He's our other kind of power play player. Oh, that one goes off, and they can't do that. That's icing. Oh, no, they're on the penalty kill. Sorry, forgot it was 4-on-3. How could I forget that? All right, they can ice it. Stewart coming back down. Going to control the puck. Stroder going to get it over to Covington. He holds it across the blue line. 26 seconds left in the 4-on-3. Stewart in the corner. Gets it back to Covington. Sends it over. He's got space over there. Burke's got the shot. Oh, good save there by the Cougar goalie. Seals it for the whistle. 15 seconds left in the 4-on-3. And then we're going to have guys being released about every 5 seconds. So they'll come back quickly. Generals will end up with about a 20-second power play when we get to 5-on-4. So Generals ticking down the clock, comes back to Jeanette. Jeanette over to Stroder. He takes it off his foot. Back to the blue line. Takes a wrister shot well wide of the net. And Cougars are able to send that around. 2 seconds left. They're getting 1 back. So we're back to 4-on-4, even strength for 3 seconds. 2, 1. So Generals now on the power play as Krug is out. Jello go into the puck. 16 seconds left in the power play. Generals are going to try to move the puck. Maybe get one more rush down the ice. They got Stewart on the left side. They got to lift the head up and get a pass. Covington taking it through traffic, and they're offsides. I think everybody expected him to pass it. So 6 seconds left in the power play. 9:08 left in the game. Generals trailing 3-1. Drop back. Heil's got the puck. He sends that in on goal, and it's sticked over to the corner. Peterson going into the wall. Heil trying to dig it out. Goes back. Peterson working it again in the corner, giving chase. All right, we're back to 5-on-5. Cougars trying to come out of their zone. They pass it across behind the player, send it into the zone, goes back behind the Generals' goal. Agello with a big hit against the wall. Hopefully he's okay. He hit that hard. The player's got his stick stuck in the boards. Lugo trying to work it down. Heil with a chip. Heil with a blow. Heil doubles up, and the Generals make this 3-2. Woo! I think it's another Lugo to Heil connection. These boys are producing. Those two have been quiet all tournament, and Heil's got 2 on the day, keeping the Generals into this. Let's go, Gens! Didn't help that one of the Cougars was stuck in the forward zone with his stick stuck in the Zamboni door, but we'll take it. Stewart taking the face-off. Krug is back. He's on the left. That comes back to Jeanette. Jeanette sends it up to Krug. Krug going down the left-hand side, up to Stewart. That comes back out to the slot, and the Cougars are going to take it out of the zone. Schroeder pass through the crease. Cougar kind of picks up his own pass. Sticked across, settled by Stewart. Stewart's going to send it over off the wall to Kimmer. Kimmer's got to get looking for a pass. Good patience there. I thought he would have passed it. Back to Schroeder, and he puts it into a skate in the defensive zone. It's a 3-on-1. Comes across. Schroeder laying it out on the ice. Buys some time for the Generals to get back. Krug puts a guy into the wall. I think Cougars were looking for a call there. No call from these refs. Oh, good deflection there in front. Gaddis squeezes it. 7:35 remaining. Generals trail 3-2. Both goals by Heil. Peterson taking the face-off. Heil to his left. He's out there with Covington. Agello and Moore, the 2 defensemen. Comes back to Moore. Moore tries to get it up. Finds the puck at his feet. Cougars turning it around. Heil swats at it. Bounces in the air. Cougars keep it in. Good stick play there by Agello. Knocks down Heil. Takes it out of the air and feeds it to Covington. Covington holds the puck for a second. Lets the guys come with him. Covington going down the ice. Senders it to Heil. He's hot. Oh, he takes a shot off the left pad of the goalie. Goes over into the corner, and the Generals trying to hold it in. Comes back. Cougars picking it up at the red line. Don't give him a shot, and he goes wide of the net. Cougars pick it up on the far side, send it back behind the goal. We're down under 7 minutes to play in the game. Agello bumping up against the wall. Peterson coming over to help. Comes back out. Deflection. Ooh, wow. Good shot. Gaddis gets the glove on it. Comes back to the point. Cougars send that in. Sent around by Agello. I think it's Agello. A shot well high over. Cougars picking these up off the wall. They keep it in play. This time, though, they send it down the ice. They'll have to clear the zone. Generals getting a line change. They got a Cougar here on the near wall. Agello is there. Shot. Glove save there by Gaddis. He scoots it over to Moore. Sends it down the ice. Got to get a good pass. Lugo not moving to the puck. Cougars picking it up. 6:15 remaining in the game. Generals trail 3-2. Cougars send it the distance. That's going to be icing. Stewart out to take the face-off. Kimmer to the left. Lugo to the right. Generals trail 3-2. We got 6 minutes left to play. Cougars pull that back. They're sending it distance. That'll be icing. We'll just stay here. Stewart takes the face off again. Stewart chases it back behind the goal. Lugo going to meet it on the wall, sends it back to Stewart. Cougars send it around the boards. Jeanette meets it, holds it at the blue line. Oh, gets picked. Coming down, Gaddis gets the save with the stick. Generals getting back quickly now. Stewart sends the puck down in the corner. Cougars picking it up. High. Oh my gosh. Stroder's going to get a penalty on this. Stroder like hugged the guy into the wall. Oh my gosh.
All the other shit you let go.
So they're calling a 2 and 10 on Stroder. On a,
Yes, I said it.
Hey, Jens, keep it clean.
Yes, I said it. You guys are doing it just the same.
oh, the bench is shocked. They're calling it 2 and 10. Wait, no, not a 2 and 10. All right, so just a 2-minute penalty on Stroder in the box. He indicated for a 2 and 10. All right, 5:30 left to play. Generals got to kill off 1:30 penalty kill here, trailing 3-2. Shot there, deflected, and it's in the goal. So with 5:14 left. Stroder's still sitting in the box, so I don't know what's going on. There he goes. Now he knows what's happened.
Keep it clean and play smart, please.
Oh, it is a 2 and 10. Why does he stay in? It was a 2 and 10? All right, so it was a 2 and 10. They didn't change it. I thought the refs had a conscience, but Stroder is staying in the box, but we'll get to skate 5-on-5.
Let's play hockey, Jens.
So now skating 9, effectively. The Stroder is going to sit out the rest of the game. Generals trailing 4-2. So we'll see where they shift back to defensive duties. But Jello and Moore going back. That's going to make its way to Gaddis. That always makes me nervous. That gets past Moore out to Covington. Shuffles it up. Sent down, deflected off of a Cougar. Krug trying to chase. Cougar's able to send it in and put it deep. Back behind. Moore's on the puck. Generals need 2 here to tie this up. Agello's going to send that up to Peterson. Picked up by the Cougars. Cougars getting down. Takes a shot and they put it in the net. That's a good shot. Worked around our D. So I think these Generals just getting spent now and they're feeling like they're in the hole. That was a good shot. I went up high and went top shelf. 4:33 now left in the game. Generals trail 5-2. Jeanette picking up that puck. Feeds it up to Kimmer. Kimmer trying to pass it back to somebody. Cougars getting a shot that's gloved off to the wall. Heil sends that around the boards. Trying to get it up to Stewart. Comes back. What do we got? We got Lugo playing defense with Jeanette. Jeanette loses the puck, turns it over in the defensive zone. Centering pass. It's tough. And Gaddis goes laid out and gets a cover on the puck. We're down to 4 minutes left to play. There's a stick on the ice as I guess we got it all picked up. Stewart coming over to take the face off. It's to the right of Gaddis. That seemed like a really crazy face-off. Very quiet. Cougars have the puck on the far side. Through a lot of traffic. Kimmer getting to the puck and escaped down the ice. 3:50 left. Generals are saying they're offsides. Cougars touch up the puck. They send it across to Kimmer. He puts it back to Stewart. Stewart's the one man kind of deep right now, covering defense. It's a 3-on-0. Bodies in the net. The ref says no goal. Puck's in the net. I'm not sure why. Bunch of guys ran into Gaddis down there. Not sure anybody's going to argue about the wave off of the goal, but 3:30 left to play.
Play heads options.
Going to go outside the zone. I don't know whether they thought somebody kicked the puck in. Would be about the most logic. All right, 3:30 left to play in the game. General Shell 5-2. Moore trying to get back, play the puck over to the wall. General's basically playing with 9 right now. Krug's got the puck, takes it across the blue line, trying to work his way through a lot of traffic. I'm not sure what happened, but there's a Cougar down on the ice. Comes over to Govington, and he just misses wide. With the delay. I don't know if a stick caught him up high. .312 left in the third period. Generals trail 5-2. Good chance there for the Generals to get one back. They're running out of clock. All right, the Cougar player is up and getting off the ice. Glad to see that. .312 left in the third period. Face-off looks like it'll be to the left of the Cougar goalie. Little conference going on over there. Maybe the refs are asking what happened. Whatever it was, they missed it. I hope they didn't see that and didn't call it. Crew going down in the corner. Comes back out. Moore trying to hold it at the blue line. He's going to send it across. General's got a complete... I was going to say Covington was over the blue line. So it's offsides in the Generals. Next week, the Generals are down in Raleigh. We've got a game Saturday night about 9:50. Another late game, and then a game on Sunday. Weather forecast for snow and ice, so we'll keep you posted as to game times. And we'll get that posted on Facebook. Cougars sending that one down, touch it up. It's going to go deep. Gaddis is just kind of hanging out in the goal, trying to keep chill. Comes around. Moore's trying to chip it up to Krug. Krug on the wall. Sends that across to Covington. Covington back to Agello. 2:30 left in the game. Touched up there by Stewart. It goes down into the corner. Cougars take it back behind their goal. Stewart just missing a hit. Must be some energy down there because everybody was screaming when they didn't collide. Cougars working the puck around. Ooh, good opportunity there, and they just send the puck wide. Crew going to skate this one down the left-hand side. 2 minutes now left to play. Crew bodied off the puck, and the Cougars are going to take it back to neutral ice. I just don't see anybody at this point when the game's into its waning minutes, anybody getting hurt at this point. Agello goes down. Oh. Lugo gets taken down on the ice. It looked like the Cougar guy was giving him the business. Lugo's trying to argue his point that's getting punched in the head. So they're putting Lugo in the box. So hopefully they're just putting both in the box. So 1:45 left. So we got offsetting penalties there. So we should stay 5-on-5 as we finish out the game with 1:45 left to play. Oh, yeah. All right, so we're going down to the other end of the ice. Should be all the way down. Hey, JT, why the face-off down there? Is it whichever penalty's first? I was going to say, I thought when it's offsetting, it's closest, or yeah, just outside the zone.
I think Green got 2.
This is giving 2 penalties.
I think he's giving 2 penalties.
All right. 2, 3. So it's 5-on-4. So I'm not even sure why it's 5-on-4. But it is. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's 4-on-4. No, it's 5-on-4. But Lugo's in the box. All right.
Barely gave 2 penalties.
Send across. Cougars picking up the puck. Short-handed. 1:30 left to play. Cougars pull this back. Moore coming in deep to chase. Peterson sends that one back behind the goal. Jeanette coming up. Trying to get a spot, trying to get some space, circles around, sends it back down to the corner. Kimmer gonna give chase. Puts a guy into the boards, that's boarding. Good, that's a decent call. They're going to put a 2 and 10 on Kimmer. So we've got 3 in the box now. We're down to 8 on the bench. We might have enough skaters to skate 5. 56 seconds left on the clock. We'll have to take Monroe and have him skate out. Crew coming on the ice with Covington, Stewart, and Jeanette. So it's 4-on-4 with a face-off to the left of Gaddis. A minute left on the clock. Generals trail 5-2. I was gonna say, we don't need anybody ejected. Puck comes over to Jeanette on the near side. He's gonna skate this one up. Picked off by the Cougars. They're good with the stick. They come back to the neutral ice. Crew playing a little D, goes through his legs, shot, weak side, and the Cougars put another one in. Not much Generals can do with half their team in the box right now. Scoreboard's now 6-2. Halfway surprised they don't just run off the clock. Stewart coming out to take the face-off. Hiles to the left. Cougars picking up the puck. 37 seconds on the clock. Heil picks it up. Heil's got both of the Generals goalies today. Stewart's getting a hug. Is it Stewart down there? I bet it's one of the Generals is getting a big hug down there. I think it's Stewart's got an arm draped over his shoulder. Comes back to a Jello. Comes back to Stewart. Takes a shot. High over the net. Comes to a Jello. 10 seconds on the clock. Cougars are going to skate it down. 6 seconds. Jello playing some last minute D. Moore's going to send it up to mid-ice, and that'll be the end of the game. A hard-fought tournament for the Generals. Just I think they were outnumbered here. A little more physical of a play, but great weekend from the Generals. A lot of effort here. Put a lot of energy back. A tough game. We knew it was going to be tough and physical. but they dropped this one 6-2. Again, we're back on the ice next weekend in Raleigh. Game late Saturday night and Sunday midday, I think noon or so. Not sure what the Generals do. Most of the Generals have gone to the locker room. I think there's a lot of passion on that ice.
Ben, Stroud! Get back out there. Yeah, Chris Cousins is fine.
Heil's taking the medals for everyone. Cleaning up the gear. All right. We're going to close it out here. Thanks for joining us this weekend. Thank you for your attendance and for supporting Richmond Generals hockey. We will catch you at the next game. Thank you.